Alrighty, guys. Thank you guys so much for joining my live stream, my friends. I hope you guys are all having a great weekend so far. And in today's video, we are going to be going over about what we can expect. We are going to be going over what we can expect as we get into next week, which we will be tracking the potential for even some severe weather. I'm not sure why my screen just froze, but let me just quickly refresh that. There we go. But yeah, like I said, we're going to be going over all that next week. Plus, we're also going to be doing some coverage for an ice storm that's actually currently ongoing in Iowa right now. So let's just quickly go ahead and pull up those ice storm warnings right now. Because as you can see in parts there of Iowa, we still do have an ice storm warning that's still currently in effect for places like West Union in Iowa. We also got places like Strawberry Point in Iowa also included in an ice storm warning. So if you are still under an ice storm warning, make sure you are continuing to watch and of course being safe on those roadways, as we are going to continue to track the potential for ice during the next couple of hours, and those roadways sure will definitely be on the dangerous side of things. Let's see here. Shaken Blake says you are getting close to 1,000 subscribers. Keep up the good work. Thank you so much, my friend. I know I've really been trying to get up there, and I'm kind of impressed to see a lot of you guys subscribe to my channel, which I really do appreciate that. Let's see here. Hey Sim, thank you so much for joining me, Mountain Dew. I really do appreciate that. And like I said, we are going to be going over that during the next few hours, as we still got that ice storm. Like I said, we also could be seeing some stronger thunderstorms around in parts of the United States. I just gotta quickly go ahead and pull up something. I'm going to turn on the special weather statements just so that we can so that way it will show us on if there's any strong storms around. But like I said, we are going to be watching closely for some stronger storms, as we kind of got a huge band of rain currently moving towards the east, as places like central Illinois into parts there of Indiana, western Kentucky, and as well as parts there of southeast Missouri are still currently dealing with some rainfall right now, especially areas like Evansville, Indiana, up there towards Bloomington, back over there towards St. Louis, Missouri too as well. So definitely continue to get ready for some rainfall during the next couple of days, as that is going to continue to move on through the east. So yeah, we'll definitely continue to watch it closely. Let's see here. Anytime, man, I've been spreading the word about you. Like I said, my friend, thank you so much for doing all that. That really does help support the channel a lot. And yeah, you can continue to support me. And of course, I will try to get even better and better at what I am doing right now. I really do appreciate that, my friend. And I hope you have a great weekend. Thank you so much. But like I said, after that rolls on through those areas during the nighttime hours tonight and perhaps into tomorrow, we actually are going to be tracking another storm system around by the time we get into the beginning of next week, which will be after tomorrow on Monday. And just to show you guys how the storm will look, it does look to bring that potential for some rainfall anywhere from Texas all the way back up there into the lower Ohio Valley. So some areas that have already seen rain today could have another opportunity to get some rainfall by the time we get into Monday of next week, which is something to really watch closely for, as we'll kind of have that shape right there. So we'll watch that very closely by the time we get into Monday. And as that happens, we also will be tracking the potential for thunderstorms. And let's just quickly take a zoom in view on this, because as you can see, across the central United States, we'll have thunderstorm chances anywhere from Texas all the way back up there into parts of the Lower Ohio Valley, which could, definitely bring some opportunities for even some severe weather. Now, keep in mind that this is not going to be anything significant, but this still could bring a little bit of isolated damaging winds and even some isolated large hail. So we'll keep an eye on it very closely, as things could definitely really start ramping up by the time we get into Monday of next week. But like I said, we are not expecting anything in the way of significant severe weather. Just a little bit of isolated severe weather may be possible from the Dallas-Fort Worth area all the way up there into the Lower Ohio Valley, including parts there of Indiana. Let's see here. Raven Elf says hi. Thank you so much for joining, Raven Elf. I really do appreciate that. I hope you have a great weekend, my friend, and of course, Merry Christmas. But, like I said, though, we are going to be watching that by the time we get into tomorrow. Chances for thunderstorms are going to continue across the deep south as we head into the middle of this week, as we will still have chances for some pretty strong storms down there. And that is going to continue to even persist as we get into the middle of this week, like I said. So we will be watching that very closely by the time we get into Wednesday of this week, so definitely get ready for that, as things do look to start ramping up. And then after that, it does remain uncertain, but we still could maybe see a few opportunities for severe weather by the time we get closer to Christmas. Let's see here. Raven Elf says, nice videos. Thank you so much, my friend. I really appreciate you all supporting my channel a lot. This really helps out a lot. And I also hope you all are, like I said, having a great weekend, and of course, happy holidays, because we are getting very close to Christmas. Let's see here. F5 Tornado Grace says, hello, do you think Florida may get some severe weather through December 19th through 22nd? Yeah, I can take a look at that right now. I don't think you'll see severe weather, but I do think there will be some chances for some thunderstorms. So let's quickly go ahead and take a zoom and view about that. So let's go ahead and select Florida. So, yeah, if we take a look at this, your best chances to see thunderstorms will look to be around Tuesday, December 17th, as you can see, as we got some of that orange and yellow popping up, which could maybe indicate chances for some rumbles of thunder, especially offshore. But by the time we get into December 19th through the 22nd, like what you were talking about, my friend, it looks like most of those thunderstorm chances will be out of here, but I still wouldn't rule out maybe a few rumbles of thunder, especially if we got a storm system around. So we'll watch it very closely, but like I said, your best chances for thunderstorms looks to be on December 17th through December 19th, so that's when we'll have to watch Florida closely for some thunderstorms. Otherwise, like I said, we're not expecting anything in the way of severe weather in Florida, as things do not look favorable, and as well as thunderstorms as we get closer to Christmas. So that's the forecast for Florida, my friend. But if we go back to what we were talking about before, like I said, we are going to be watching for thunderstorms as we even get into Wednesday, December 18th. So we'll be watching that very closely. And if we go back to the radar here again, we are still going to continue to track a lot of these storms that are currently ongoing right now. And I know, and I don't think a lot of you guys have heard about this, but I do want to let you guys know that we do have an atmospheric river event ongoing across parts there of California. It's a little bit hard to tell because a lot of the huge storm is currently dying down right now, but we still got a lot of heavy rain and a lot of thunderstorms ongoing across those coastal areas in California. So that is mainly just to give you guys a heads up. We even got some ongoing across southern Oregon, just on the lighter side of things, and we even got some storm opportunities even up here towards Washington. So like I said, we got a pretty big storm system ongoing across those areas, which like I said, it has died down quite a bit compared to what it brought earlier, but it's still definitely enough to where we will be watching it very closely. Let's see here. F5 Tornado Grace says, thanks. Yeah, I have been checking some models, and some of them are saying squalls of thunder. Yeah, like I said, my friend, you're definitely gonna have chances for thunder, but like I said, I'm not really seeing anything in the way of severe weather in down Florida, which is good news. We do not want severe weather, do we? But we will continue to watch the weather closely even as we get closer to Christmas. We're just going to have to select the GFS mall to look at that because it goes a lot farther out compared to the European mall, which is what we just took a look at. And with the GFS model, for Christmas Eve into Christmas Day, we are going to be watching places like New England for maybe some chances for some snowfall, guys. We have not really seen a ton of snowfall for the last few days, and that's because we've been having a lot of this warm air around. Not warm enough to say that there won't be any snowfall at all, but warm enough to where we've been seeing way less snowfall compared to what we have been seeing during the last couple of days, including that ice storm that we've been tracking across Iowa, which has caused a ton of problems. And something that I probably should have pulled up is the power outage tracker. I actually wanted to show you guys that a lot of the states right now are currently doing with power outages, because as you can see for Iowa there, we almost got 10,000 customers without power up there in Iowa. For California though, like I said, we got a lot of that atmospheric river event ongoing, and we even had a lot of high wind warnings in effect too as well, because if you look closely, we do have some wind alerts over there across California, and we can just quickly take a zoom in view, because as you can see, we got wind advisories in effect, and we even had high wind warnings in effect, which has just expired, by the way, but we did have high wind warnings across Southern California earlier today, and that's the reason why California has over 100,000 people without power. So like I said, we are going to be watching that huge storm closely, which like I said is considered an atmospheric river event that has even brought a lot of power outages up there to Washington, and like I said, there's even quite a bit without power in Iowa due to that ice storm that has been ongoing during the past couple of hours. Let's see here. Raven Elf says, I've subscribed. Like I said, guys, thank you so much for supporting my channel. I really do appreciate that, my friend. I'm hoping that we will be able to get to 1,000 subscribers before spring. That's my next goal, is to get to 1,000 subscribers before spring. So like I said, if you guys are all supporting my channel, it helps out a lot, and I hope we can all try to get up there, because that's my next goal, like I said. Let's see here. Shaken Blake says, how are we looking in Cincinnati and Dayton areas? So for Cincinnati and the Dayton area, that area, we are currently dealing with a little bit of rainfall right now, and it really just depends on your location, because we are dealing with a little bit heavier rain down there in Cincinnati, while up there in Dayton we are dealing with a little bit of moderate rainfall. That's what's currently ongoing right now. I do have lightning turned on, and it doesn't show any of that, which means it's just a steady rainfall going across that area. But if you need a longer range forecast, though, like I said, we are going to be watching the beginning of next week closely on both Monday and as well as into Tuesday for that potential of rainfall, and you might be at risk for even some rumbles of thunder. And if we go back to where we were before earlier, you might even be at risk for some rumbles of thunder, like I said, because yeah, this model does show a little bit of chances for maybe some isolated thunder, but like I said, I don't really expect there to really be anything too crazy. So, um, for you, Shake and Blake, you are looking at rainfall potential, but I'm not really seeing any huge signs of strong thunderstorms. Just expect some rain and maybe even a few brief lightning strikes, as we head throughout the rest of today and even into Monday of next week. Otherwise, you are looking fine, my friend. And so yeah, we'll even continue to keep you updated with the latest even as we get into Christmas. Let's see here. Raven Elf said it's raining here. Let's see. You didn't tell me the location, so I'm not sure what location you're talking about. But like I said, though, it is certainly raining in the Dayton and as well as the Cincinnati area. Let's see here. Shake and Blake says, okay, that's good to hear. Thank you so much, buddy. Yeah, thank you so much, Blake. Like I said, you support my channel a lot, and we will even continue to keep you updated with the latest, as things are definitely looking on the concerning side of things as we get into next week. Let's see here. Mountain Dew says, how are we looking in Indiana? Evansville, Indiana. So for Evansville, Indiana, we are going to be tracking some rainfall as we head into the next couple of days, as we do have even some pockets of heavier rainfall currently around. So definitely be watching that very closely. And you actually are far enough south to where you could even see some pretty powerful lightning strikes by the time we get into Monday of next week. Because if we take a zoom in view for Indiana, if you look at it closely, see those dark reds and purples showing up right there? That could indicate the potential for some stronger thunderstorms, and that's something to watch very closely as we get into Monday of next week. So definitely be aware about that. Like I said, we aren't expecting any significant severe weather, but I do think you could be on the edge of maybe a marginal risk for isolated severe weather, which is something we're going to try to watch very closely. So definitely make sure you are getting ready for Monday of next week, as heavy rain and, like I said, even some stronger thunderstorms do appear possible. And then after that, those lightning strikes will continue, but should eventually go away after Monday, and we'll be out of the clear for lightning strike, thankfully. But we could definitely see another round of rain by the middle of next week. But back to the radar again. Like I said, we are going to be watching a lot of those areas closely still, as some areas are still dealing with rain. Just another heads up for those areas in Iowa still, especially areas like Fayette, Iowa, down there towards Strawberry Point. You guys in those counties still are under a ice storm warning, so we'll definitely continue to watch those areas very closely as we get into the next couple of hours. And it says it will expire in 6 hours, but I think that that will probably expire earlier because of how the other ones did. But that's just another heads up for you guys in those counties, as we will continue to deal with a little bit more ice. Let's see here. Mountain Dew says, okay, I'm glad. Do you think Evansville will get any more snowfall this year? That still remains uncertain, my friend, but what I can tell you, though, is that on my winter forecast, we are going to be watching for a lot of Arctic blasts and even heavy snowstorms this year. So I would not be surprised if we did end up seeing some heavier snowstorms as we get into both January and as well as into February. I don't think we're gonna have to worry too much about any significant snowfall for the rest of this month, but I definitely do think that we could see some significant snowfall as we head into the later parts of winter, especially. So, like I said, we will be watching that very closely, but I don't think we're going to see those chances for significant snowfall till we get into January, February, maybe even into March. So, that's what I am forecasting, my friend. And if you haven't seen my official winter forecast yet, why don't you go check it out? Let's see here. Raven Elf says, I am from Illinois. Okay. I can give you a forecast if you would like, my friend. But, yeah. If you would like a forecast, my friend, I can certainly do that for you. But, anyway, like I said, though, we are still going to be tracking a lot of those areas still. And we also will be tracking even some lightning down here towards the deep south, which is also something I wanted to point out because I can see we are even doing with some heavier bands of rainfall far down to the south too as well, which is something we are going to continue to watch very closely. But we'll definitely, like I said, continue to watch that very closely. Let's see here. Mountain Dew says I have to go. Night. Yeah. Thank you so much for tuning in, my friend. You definitely supported me a lot. I hope you have a great rest of your weekend, and stay tuned for more weather updates, my friend. Thank you so much, and hope you have a great night. And yeah, we are also going to be tracking even some chances for snowfall up here in the Great Lakes region, which is also something else I wanted to point out. This isn't the type of radar that points out snowfall necessarily, and I did hope that they did have that snowfall on the radar, but I definitely do think that we could definitely see some chances for snowfall on the Great Lakes region, and if we go ahead and turn on those winter storm alerts, yeah, you guys can tell we do have those winter weather advisories in effect for Michigan, Wisconsin, just really telling us that we got some snowfall still ongoing. Let's see here. Are you going to end the stream? No. I will probably be live for like another 30 minutes or so. It just depends on what's happening, but I'm gonna try to continue to track these storms out for a little while, my friend. Like I said, I'm not sure when I'm gonna end it, but I'll definitely be live for a little while. Let's see here. That snow they've been getting is crazy. Wish we were getting that here. Yeah, we live far down south enough to where it's not like anything in the way of significant snowfall. Usually areas south of, let's say, Columbus and Indianapolis don't typically get a ton of snowfall each year, but um we still, might get some chances for significant snowfall as we get into January and as well as February, like I said. So, yeah, like I said, I am hoping for some snowfall far down south too as well. But, like I said, we are far down south enough to where we just don't really see a ton of snowfall each year usually. I think the average snowfall for Evansville, Louisville, and as well as Lexington, Kentucky is like around a foot. So like I said, we don't get as much of those areas, but we definitely could see some more snowfall as we head throughout the rest of this winter, which I cannot wait for. But, like I said, if we also go ahead and check out these areas in the Appalachian Mountains, we still got those winter storm warnings still currently in effect for those areas. Just to give a heads up that we are going to be dealing with quite a bit of snowfall across those areas too as well, and that even heads as far down south as Asheville in North Carolina, so that's definitely something to keep an eye on closely. Let's see here. It's raining in Illinois. Yeah, it is, my friend. And I did point that out earlier, and I can show you that then if you want. But yeah, we got a lot of heavy rain ongoing, especially on the eastern side of Illinois as of right now. And if you look closely, we even got some thunderstorms starting to rumble. Look at that. We're seeing a lightning strike just south there of Rolla in Missouri. So that's definitely something to watch for, as we are starting to see a lot of that energy pull up. And like I said, that's why we're going to see the chances for some thunderstorms as we get into Monday of next week, because we can already tell conditions will be favorable for thunderstorms, but not necessarily significant severe weather. But I also want to show you guys some of the outlooks too as well, because if we take a look at the Storm Prediction Center outlook for today, we just got that general risk for thunderstorms across a lot of the area, so we are going to continue to watch a lot of that area very closely. For day 2, we are going to continue to see those chances for thunderstorms heading from the Dallas-Fort Worth area all the way up there into the lower Ohio Valley, which will be for your Sunday, which will be tomorrow. And then for day 3, which is the most concerning day, we got those chances for showers and thunderstorms from Houston, Texas, all the way back up there into the lower Ohio Valley by the time we get into Monday of next week, which we will continue to watch very closely. I do expect this to change a lot, as Monday is definitely looking like a little bit more significant day than what this is showing, but I definitely do think that any areas between the Ohio Valley all the way back down there into the deep south could definitely get some thunderstorm chances. But and that's not the only thing to keep an eye on. We will also be watching for a lot of rainfall too as well, because as you can see, we are going to be tracking some rainfall during the next 7 days. And here's how much rainfall we could see, because the highest rainfall looks to be across the lower Ohio Valley, as we will have a lot of storm systems rolling on through that area. Because if we point that out just one more time, we will pretty much be dealing with one storm system as we get into Monday of next week, as you can see, and then after that rolls on through, maybe another small one by the time we get into Wednesday, and then after that remains uncertain. But those will be the biggest storm systems that we'll have to watch very closely for, as that looks to bring anywhere from 2 to 3 inches of rainfall anywhere from Evansville, Indiana, all the way up there into Cincinnati, Ohio during the next 7 days. So definitely get ready for that, my friend, as things could definitely even be a little bit on the concerning side of things, especially due to how much rain we're going to have. Well, like I said, we're talking anywhere from 2 to 3 inches, especially where you see those reds. So definitely get ready for that, as that rain is definitely looking to be on the heavier side of things, especially when we're seeing those chances for thunderstorms. Let's see here. Raven Elf says, "You are the best." Thank you so much, my friend. I really do appreciate that. And same with you, Shaken Blake. Thank you for telling me that. That is much appreciated. And like I said, my friend, we also will be dealing with that rainfall potential too as well around Cincinnati, Ohio. So just hopefully things don't turn out to be too bad across the lower Ohio Valley, but those are going to be the areas to really watch the closest, as we'll have those storm systems rolling on through, and that could even bring chances for flooding across some of those areas. So watch that very closely. And then not only the rainfall, if we look at any more ice accumulation that we may see, I'm just going to quickly go ahead and turn the warnings off so we can see a little bit better. But for the ice storm accumulation, we are going to be talking minor ice storm accumulation across parts there of Iowa still, as we still got that freezing rain warning still in effect for those areas, or you can even consider it an ice storm warning. And then even areas over there in Grand Rapids, Michigan, Kalamazoo, and as well as areas up there towards Big Rapids, you guys are also going to see some chances for some minor ice accumulation as we get into the next few days, so we'll definitely continue to watch that very closely. Let's see here. I got my January radar ready just in case the power goes out. That is a good idea, my friend. I always like to be ready for power outages too as well, just in case the power goes out as well. But your main concern, my friend, is gonna be that rain. Like I said, your main concern is gonna be that rain, as anywhere from 2 to 3 inches of rainfall is definitely going to be a possibility. And that isn't enough to where we'll be seeing anything in the way of significant flooding, but that is going to be enough to where we could definitely see some saturated areas of soil. And the good news is that we aren't seeing anything in the way of freezing rain or any high winds across that area. Like I said, it's just going to be that rain. Just going to be that rain down there in Ohio. So we're more than likely going to be fine, but we will definitely keep an eye on it closely just in case the storm does strengthen. Let's see here. Happy holidays. Happy holidays to you, my friend. Like I said, thank you so much for joining and as well as supporting my channel. This definitely helps out a lot. And of course, you other guys who haven't chatted with me yet, I hope you guys are also having a great weekend, and I also hope you guys have a fun and great holiday too as well, as we might even see chances for a little bit of a Christmas storm. Like I said, it's just uncertain on when and where that storm is going to set up, because once again, using the GFS model, which is what we're going to quickly go back to and show you guys one more time, this only shows a storm system setting up across the Northeast. That looks to probably be our best area to possibly see a Christmas storm, but that still remains very uncertain, so I would probably say take that with a grain of salt still, as we still don't know exactly how this is going to play out, but it's definitely going to be enough to where we could be seeing the potential for some snowfall, which we will continue to watch very closely. And then after that, still remains uncertain, but like I said, though, we are definitely going to continue to watch a lot of these storms very closely, as they could definitely bring some impacts. But back to the radar again. If we go ahead and turn those warnings right back on just to get a good idea, and if we go ahead and let's just go ahead and turn the outlooks off right now. We also will be tracking snowfall across the Sierra Nevadas too as well. Just another heads up right there for you guys in the Rocky Mountains, as we will be doing with snowfall across parts there of the Sierra Nevadas, and even some pretty heavy snowfall up here in central Idaho, and perhaps even places like western Wyoming. You guys will have some pretty good chances for winter storms, as it looks like anywhere from 9 to 12 inches above 7,000 feet will be possible. So that's why those are currently in effect. And not only that area, we also do have a winter storm warning in effect for the Cascades and even those winter weather advisories too as well. So we'll definitely continue to watch those areas closely, including the higher elevations there in Utah. But if you guys got any more questions to ask, feel free to leave them down in the chat. I think we wanted over mostly what we wanted to go over, unless we got anything else you guys want us to take a look at, because just a few more things we're going to quickly take a look at before we do another thing is what is pretty much the Climate Prediction Center outlook. This is what's going to give us a good idea on what to expect as we get into the future, because the latest from the Climate Prediction Center is saying that there will be above average temperatures across much of the West, including Wyoming, back down there into Colorado, Utah, and as well as into parts there of California, while out here in the east, especially along the I-95 corridor, we're going to be doing with well below average temperatures, which could lead to another round of frigid conditions, which we will continue to watch very closely for, as that area does look to potentially see well below average temperatures. And after that, and by the time we get into the 8 to 14 day outlooks, we are going to be tracking warmer than normal temperatures across much of the West. And over here in the east, parts of the east looks to see slightly below average, especially the southern part of the I-95 corridor, and areas just a little far to the east of the Appalachian Mountains, you guys will likely see above normal temperatures, including Wyoming, Colorado, up there into Kansas. You guys are likely going to see well above average temperatures continue as we head to the 8 to 14 day outlook. And just to show you guys when that is going to be in effect, that is going to be in effect from December 20th through December 28th. So that is definitely kind of even going to be included on what we expect for Christmas. And if we look at precipitation next, we are going to be tracking below average precipitation during the 6 to 10 day outlooks from Arizona all the way back down there into the deep south. And then for the 8 to 14 day outlook, we will still continue to stay below average for those areas from Southern California all the way back over there into parts there of the south and southeast, while up there in the northwest, we will likely continue to stay above normal. So we'll definitely continue to watch that very closely, as it does look to bring above normal precipitation to the northwest, with well below average precipitation across the deep south, Great Lakes, Ohio Valley, northeast, and like I said, even the I-95 corridor. So we're definitely going to keep an eye on that very closely by the time we get from December 20th all the way through December 28th. So definitely be watching for that very closely. And like I said, if you guys got any more questions you guys want to ask, make sure to leave them down in the chat, and I will definitely try to get to those, as we are still going to continue to be live for just a little bit longer. Like I said, we did go over mostly of what we wanted to go over, unless you guys got any questions, comments, or concerns that you guys want to leave down in the chat. And of course, we will continue to keep you guys updated with the latest. I hope you guys, like I said, are all having a great weekend, and we will continue to keep you guys updated with the latest, like I said. So definitely subscribe, click that notification bell, and as well as leave a like down below, so that way you guys can stay tuned for more weather updates, and as well as live streams like this that we do on this channel. So definitely make sure to subscribe for all that content, as we will continue to keep you guys updated with the latest. And like I said, if you guys got anything else you guys want to tell me, make sure to leave it down in the chat right now. But yeah. Let's see here. Shaken Blake says, thanks, buddy. I'm headed off for the night. Thanks for the weather update. You are welcome, my friend. Like I said, I appreciate you all joining my channel. Thank you all so much for chatting with me as well. I appreciate you, Raven Elf. I appreciate you, Shaken Blake. I appreciate you, Mountain Dew. And I even appreciate you, F5 Tornado Gray, for even joining me too as well. Like I said, it's been a good live stream. Thanks for chatting with me, my friends. We are going to continue to keep you guys updated with the latest, and make sure to subscribe, click that notification bell so you guys don't miss out on any more content on Weather with Sim. I hope you guys all have a great weekend, and of course, happy holidays, everyone, and we will see you in the next one. Make sure to stay tuned for my weather update tomorrow, And I hope you guys all have a great rest of your weekend, and we will see you in the next one. Thank you so much for watching, and goodbye. Ooh.